And statements by Aamir Khan on growing intolerance in the country, even saying for the first time his wife suggested moving out of the country given the atmosphere. Well, joining us on the phone line is BJP spokesperson Nalin Kohli. Mr. Kohli, your response to that statement by Aamir Khan?
Well, I mean, he's in his rights if he has a point of view, because that's what the Constitution guarantees every Indian citizen, to have a point of view, freedom of expression and speech covered under Article 19(1). So you can't find an argument with someone expressing his view. With regard to the content, I think a counter view also is equally important, which is perhaps one needs to think. That is India, which has been the land of tolerance, on which there is no debate, there is no confusion. And even people illegally from the neighboring countries seek to come to India for both economic opportunities and the fact that we are a tolerant nation. That reality is there in millions for us to see, whether from 600 AD onwards right up to now. Now, in that context, if there are a few discordant voices, are those few exceptional or exceptions to be taken the norm? Now, that is something that people who arrive at this conclusion have to think. That broadly, where has India changed? It has not changed for thousands of years. And that's the message that everyone is saying. And if you take the exception to be the rule, then obviously those who are going to be alarmist will be alarmist. With regard to wanting his wife suggesting that they should settle abroad, that's an individual choice. How can anyone find any fault with that? There are multiple reasons for which people look at going outside India. There are economic reasons, there are tax reasons, there are better lifestyle reasons. There may be also in that, a preference for the lifestyle that you get abroad. So that's a personal choice. I won't like to comment on that. But I broadly disagree with this comment. There have been and with regard to, any incident of intolerance, I think it pains me to say that this has existed in terms of exceptions always, whether it is in terms of on a religious basis, on a community basis, in a husband-wife. So there have been examples of intolerance across the nation, across the world.
Right, Mr.
That
Kohli,
does not define a nation.
Mr. Kohli, sorry, but would you rather comment on the other issue that he spoke about? He very categorically spoke about the elected representatives. He said people who are our elected representatives, people who we select to look after us for 5 years. And I'm quoting right now Aamir Khan, what he said, state or center. He said, when people take their law into their own hands, we look upon these people to take a strong stance, to make a strong statement, speed up the legal process. When we see that happening, there is a sense of security, but when we don't see it happening, there is a sense of insecurity. So what do you have to say about those comments directly at the leaders that have been elected?
Again, we need to look at it from reality. The concern may not be incorrect that law should move faster. But why doesn't the law move faster? We have to understand and accept it. Till everybody, which means the states, the country, everyone constitutionally arrive at changing systems, it can't be done. Law and order is a state subject. State machineries have their own issues. Matters go to courts, they remain pending. There is a large
Mr. Kohli, but he's also speaking about a strong stand by the leaders. What about that?
You have to bear out. You will have to bear out with me to try and put my point across in a logical manner. I'm not going to do it in a 1 second bite so that it serves the purpose. The issue must be seen in its totality in a correct perspective. So therefore, law and order, that's one part of it. That's not something you can wish, because after all, there are multiple issues to it. Second, no less than the Prime Minister has spoken multiple times. So I'm asking a counter question. Imran Masood, a man who said he's going to chop Narendra Modi when he was the prime ministerial candidate, he was welcoming the leader of the largest opposition party, that's Rahul Gandhi. So what example of tolerance is that? So is that an example of tolerance or intolerance? So therefore, we have to be careful before we make general statements. And it's not that the Prime Minister, the government, the BJP, all have spoken. But to say that the BJP is spreading, and I don't think Mr. Aamir Khan has alluded it's specific to the BJP, because his comment is more general. And I think making a political thing of it is disservice, because that shouldn't be seen in that light.